Hello everyone, welcome to Valley News Now. Duke Schindler here with you on the desk, and we got a special interview here today. We're bringing in the Director of Sports for Visit Fargo-Moorhead, Stephonie Broughton, who's got a special kind of announcement that's already been announced, but it's some excitement coming here to Fargo-Moorhead. Stephonie, thank you very much for joining us here today. I just wanted to say, starting it off, sounds like a Banana Ball is going to be coming to Fargo-Moorhead. You know, how did you guys really put that together for something that's really taken off in fan interest-wise?
Absolutely. So I've had an eye on it for quite a while. I'm a huge baseball fan myself, and I love the energy around the Bananas. We started a partnership with the FM Red Hawks in support of their the 26 All-Star Game, and they were a great community partner to bring that event to town. So when the opportunity arose to throw our hat in the ring for a host city, we reached out to the Red Hawks to see if they'd be interested in being a community partner, and they were. So that started like 6 or 7 months ago, and the official announcement that we are awarded two game days for 2026 happened last Thursday on ESPN.
So we will be able to watch those games on ESPN?
They'll be streamed. Not for sure if the level will be on ESPN because we're hosting the Firefighters and then one of the two new teams, the Clowns from Indianapolis.
Yeah, and since, you know, kind of moving back a little bit, since it's this really fast-growing kind of own niche sport, you know, what was the process like to get involved and get your name in the hat and ultimately bring it here to Fargo?
There's a lot of pieces that come together for any event that we're looking to bring into the community. One of the core parts is finding the community partner that supports it. Our board was very excited and our staff was very excited about all hands on deck and helping bring the excitement and something fun and different to the community. And again, our partners with the Red Hawks, Carl and Brad, were both excited with their teams too. So coming together to figure out all the moving pieces that we're still working on was part of the initial concept of submitting our intent to bid, and then they kind of narrow it down to cities, and you have to do a formal bid and stuff like that to host.
For sure, and you know, just for the people who may not be really aware, this is a kind of a rising sport that a lot of people are showing out for. Stadiums are being sold out with the Savannah Bananas. Can you just explain for the people who don't know what Banana Ball is?
Sure. So it is a fast-paced version of the sport of baseball. It has its own set of unique rules. So one of them, probably the most famous rule, would be if a fan catches a foul ball, it's an out. And they also have like a 2-hour time limit. Most games are just super high energy, fun, crowd involvement. They're really about the fan experience. So the energy that they bring really makes everybody engaged throughout the whole game. Yeah.
And that's something to really be excited about because in baseball, the regular game, you have to get 27 outs, but you know, now we have a time limit here for Banana Ball. Have you experienced any Banana Ball before? Have you been to an event like this before?
I have not been. I was in Savannah for a conference a few years ago and was able to walk by the venue, and I was really nerding out about that. But their season was over by the time I was there. I've watched a lot of it online. I've watched the games on ESPN and stuff. I just think it's hilarious. Their Nana Banana Cheer Squad or their Man Nanas, man cheerleaders and stuff. They just do so many unique, quirky things, and that plays so well into what we're doing with North of Normal and those types of things. Absolutely. So we're excited to see what that looks like around our community.
For sure. And then for anyone watching on Facebook right now, if you've got a question about Banana Ball or anything that's going on that are going to be coming up here with Banana Ball, feel free to ask in the comments so we can see them right here so we can answer any questions. But what dates are we looking at here for the Banana Ball coming to Newman Outdoor Field?
Absolutely. We are working with June 26th and 27th. There will be 2 days of games. Another cool element about Banana Ball is they do a pre-game festival experience, which is open to the public and it's free. Yeah. So those details we're still working through what that will look like, but think I think I go right to my love of foster dogs and stuff like that, and having activities and engagement out there with food and maybe music. We don't know quite yet, but it would be like a few hours prior to the game to celebrate it. And even if you don't have a ticket, you can still partake in that.
Yeah, a little bit of a tailgate action going on, for sure, for sure. And then, you know, as someone who has been watching and tuned into Banana Ball, for someone that may be on the fence about looking at tickets here, you know, what's something or multiple things that is going to really excite fans and that really fits the Fargo-Moorhead type of vibe?
I think, to my point before, about energy and like the not being able to predict the unpredictable, because that's kind of how they function. And the real big, the engagement part, like if you are looking for like, you know, a couple's night out or a family's night out, like I encourage you to, you know, get online and submit your request for tickets in the lottery, because it's not open sale. You do have to submit a request for tickets by the end of this month, so by October 31st, and then it's a completely randomized drawing. Like there's just, it doesn't matter when you submitted your request, it's just randomized of who will be drawn for tickets for those games.
Yeah, definitely, and we can dive into that a little bit more, because this is a ticket lottery for the opportunity to buy the tickets themselves. Is that correct, Stephanie? And just dive a little bit more into the process of what the fan is going to want to do to enter this lottery.
Yeah, absolutely. So basically you just need to go into bananaball.com/tickets, and then there's a whole list of the cities that are part. There's, what do we say, 71 cities involved this year, which is insane, and 45 states. So we're greatly excited to be part of that lineup for this year. So in there you just select Fargo, and then you put, I think I've already done it too because I don't get tickets, that you submit it, and then I don't know the exact time when they announce when you're awarded, but the tickets are $35 for starting at $35. They're not like super expensive, and there may or may not be some meet and greet options. We're still working through some of those details with the Banana Ball team.
Right, and then if you are chosen, do you know how you get notified? Is that going to be through email or?
I believe it'll be through email. For those who
check on your emails
yeah,
once you enter.
For those who are, well, when I registered, I did get an email from Banana Ball that said that you're in the lottery. So I did get that. And then for those of you that may not know the ins and outs of Banana Ball, like Jesse Cole, the founder, great guy. Like you can look him up online, but he does such fun things to engage like the ticket process. Like I heard once that if you call the Savannah Bananas and they put you on hold, it's banana phone. So it's like ring, 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 banana phone. Like I just think that's so funny.
That was my jam when I was 11.
Yeah, well, hey, but I was just like, he does such fun things like that. So I don't know what that looks like, but I could see it be very fun.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, is there a resale process after the tickets are sold? Do you know anything about that potentially?
No. I mean, there probably will be. There always is, right?
Right,
so
exactly.
If there's tickets above the starting prices of, you know, 35 or whatever, it's definitely an after market situation. But we hope to find out more with our continued conversations with their team to see what that looks like in other communities.
Certainly. And then what are the teams we're going to be watching here in Fargo-Moorhead?
Absolutely. So we have the Firefighters. This will be 2026 will be their second season in the World Tour. Something cool about the Firefighters is they like to get first responders involved in the community. So more to come on that. Hopefully we can work out some stuff with that. And then we have the Indianapolis Clowns, which is one of the two new teams that come in for the 2026 season. And they, I believe like long ago, I think it might have been Hank Aaron played for them or something. There's some storyline around them for that. And they'll be coming to the community. So both games, Firefighters and the Clowns.
Wonderful, wonderful. And then, well, I guess the Clowns are a new team. I was going to ask too, is there any, with Banana Ball, every team may be a little different. Do all the teams have a little niche to them that they bring to the ballpark that another team, you know, wouldn't be able to?
Absolutely. So I don't know what it's going to be for them yet. We really haven't seen anything. Like they have like their head coach and they have like their entertainment manager part of like their roster or whatever. So I'm excited to see what that could possibly look like, and that's an exciting thing for us too. It's something different, something new. Just those conversations with them to see how we can lean into that, or bring more awareness to the new team while they're here.
And now that things are kind of settled, right? We got the announcement and whatnot. What does your job look like, until June with Banana Ball?
It's going to be day-to-day interesting, some frequent meetings with the Banana Ball team and our partners with the Red Hawks, just to make sure, once we get the people into our community, both on, the visitors that are potentially going to come in to help support our hotels and restaurants and stuff, to the team for Banana Ball. We want to make sure when they get here that they have an incredible experience. So I'll be a very big connector of those pieces across the board, between boots on the ground and, if they need me to, I don't know, push a garbage can, I'll do whatever. I just think it's so cool that we get to have this type of event in our community.
For sure. And then just looking at, the hotels, the restaurants, just the business that's going to bring into the Fargo-Moorhead area, I'm sure that was a big selling point for you guys. What are you kind of expecting for an economic impact in Fargo-Moorhead?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are expecting, just on the firm numbers that we know with the teams and the staff and everything that are coming into the community, roughly around $2 million over the course of 2 days. That doesn't include, anybody else that might be coming in to maybe take on the pre-festival experience, or depends on where the lottery comes from, right? Where are people coming from? They're going to need to stay, or if it's going to be local. So there's a lot of variables there that we still don't know, but we're pretty confident. We're expecting $2 million. It'll probably be more, but we'll know more after, when we can get those actual attendance numbers and stuff.
For sure. And then, you may not know this quite yet as things kind of unfold here with the tickets and everything. But for those who may be traveling out of town and may need a hotel, what's a timeline that they should go grab one? Because obviously people love the Banana Ball.
Yep. Well, the people have already started booking hotels when they entered the lottery. I can't control if they do that or not, but they're not guaranteed that they're going to get a ticket. So they're kind of clogging up inventory. But we know that we'll be helping the teams themselves and the staff find homes. But if they're interested, I kind of play in line with your announcement of, if you were to get, awarded a ticket from the lottery.
Right. Just go ahead and try to grab that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And there's nothing else in the community large that weekend. We intentionally did that. So we did have maximized availability for restaurant seating and for hotels and that type of stuff. So that was intentional. So we shouldn't have too much conflict with other things going on.
Right. Well, I think that may be all I have for you, Stephanie. Is there anything else that you'd like to add? Anything that I missed along the way that people should know or get excited about?
I just want to say, if you're not familiar with who we are and what we do, and the impact of sports tourism in the community, this is just a small example of how working together with our local community to make something really great happen. Mm-hmm. And the investment into sports infrastructure and those other events that we're having, why it is so important. It puts us on a different level for recognition, where Banana Ball will take a look at us and they're like, we would consider Fargo. They have all these great things going on. So thank you for having me on today. I'm excited. I'm happy to come back another time and chat as we learn more, or maybe I'll get some fun facts. Sometimes they have celebrities and stuff like that. So
little tidbits
we'll see how that all
leak some information
rolls out. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, I got to ask one more question here, Stephanie. As kind of the architect behind this, what's going to be your favorite part about Banana Ball coming to Fargo?
I think, I'm already jacked about it, but I think it's seeing the people in the moment, and that goes for every sport that I'm a supporter of, seeing it in the moment and all the hard work and long hours and pulling your hair out at times, just seeing everybody have that memory and they relate that to Fargo, like that warms my heart. So I'm going to be really excited to see it just all come together and then probably sleep for a week.
Yep.
So, yeah.
I know that all too well. I know that the build up can be as stressful as possible, but once you see the final product and everyone's smiling, having fun, you get good feedback, it makes it all worth
Absolutely.
it, especially after you get that week of sleep.
I just had to retract that because literally when Banana Ball's done, I think 6 days later, USA Wrestling comes. So
Keep an eye out.
so that one's a big one too. That's a big one for us. So no
Stephanie.
sleep until August probably.
All right, we'll go with that. Well, appreciate you, Stephanie. Thanks for coming on, and you can also be a part of Banana Ball. Enter the lottery, the ticket lottery on bananaball.com
/tickets.
Get yourself a ticket. Get into the stands, catch a fly ball, contribute to the game, make an out. Banana Ball's coming to Fargo. Thank you very much, Stephanie, for joining us. Appreciate you. That'll be it for Valley News Now. For Duke Schindler, we'll catch you later.